first little series is just going to be to learn your fundamentals and basics. These are things that you want to take with you through all of your Pilates sessions to come. Starting with our breath, we're going to take the hands into the ribs. And we're going to breathe laterally, so into the sides of the ribs. So think of your hands expanding out, and as we exhale, we draw the ribs in, connecting. We breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth with pursed lips. So let's take 3 nice big breaths here. Expand, exhale. Feel the hands closing in. Inhale. Exhale. Take note if your shoulders are hiking up. Keep drawing them down and back. Inhale. Exhale. Now, keeping that breath, we're going to move on to our pelvic floor and the deep abdominals. So specifically our transverse abdominis, the deepest one. Take your fingers onto your hip bones, bring them in a couple of inches. So you want to see if you can push pretty deeply into your belly without hurting yourself. We're going to imagine a line or like a belt is tightening around the waist on that exhale, and we're going to try to contract and engage that muscle, pulling it away from the fingers. So nice and slow. Inhale. Breathe into the sides of the ribs. Exhale. Imagine this belt line pulling in, drawing towards the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Drawing it away. One more. Exhale. Now, if you're just starting Pilates, this might be a muscle that you haven't trained yet. So it can take time to build and actually feel the tension, but this will be a way to come back and see if you're using that muscle. And we're going to try to use it through all of the workouts. As we're drawing and tightening the hip bones, we also think of the pelvic floor, so the sling that holds all the organs. If you know Kegels, you go with that, or you think of trying to stop going to the toilet as you gently contract those muscles up towards the belly button. So let's try 3 using that movement and also pulling the hip bones in. So inhale, exhale. Imagine all 3 points coming up to the belly button, drawing in. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Keep relaxing the shoulders. And exhale. Don't mind these cats running around. They're a little bit of entertainment. All right, now we're going to take it down to the floor, laying on the back, feet hip distance apart, knees bent. We're going to look at our spine or pelvic position. So depending on where your pelvis is, it'll change a lot throughout your posture and what your spine looks like. Shoulders down and back. We're going to take a diamond shape to our pelvis. So palms on the hip bones, fingers near the pubic bone. So you want to imagine that these 4 points and this triangle are nice and parallel. We keep the tailbone connected down, natural curves in our spine, and this should be approximately or neutral. Don't compare yourself to me, anyone else. Your spine might look a little bit different, okay? You find your neutral. Now, we're going to do a couple pelvic tilts, and I'll just show you with my hands on the hips. You could do this as well. On your exhale, I want you to think of flattening the back, but still keeping length, drawing the hip bones a little closer to the ribs, but still keeping the tailbone connected. So I'm flattening out a little bit here. This is my imprint. I inhale, release to neutral. Exhale, imprint. So I'm flattening a little bit. If you have the diamond, you'll notice the pubic bone lift, hips tilt back. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, tilt back. Now try to focus on your breath as well. Breathe in laterally. Exhale, tilt, feel the ribs knitting in. Go for 2 more. Last one. All right, keeping all of these in mind, we're going to just do some bent knee fallouts. Arms down by the side. So as you inhale, let one knee gently open to the side. keeping both hips down, tailbone connected, neutral pelvis. Exhale, back to center. Alternating, inhale, exhale. So keep going here. Are you breathing into the sides of the ribs? On your exhale, are you drawing the hip bones towards the rib cage? Are you drawing your ribs in towards each other? Are deep abdominals and pelvic floor on the exhale? Are you drawing in and down towards the spine? And are you maintaining that neutral pelvis? Tailbone is down, hip bones and pubic bones stay parallel. Go for one more each side. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Now we're going to add some leg slides or heel slides. You could have like slippery socks on. This does help with these. You'll notice my heel is going to drag and maybe stick along. Take an inhale. Keep the shoulders down and back. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Chin stays tucked in. As I exhale, I reach the heel away along the mat, drawing the ribs down. Inhale to take it in. Alternate sides. Exhale, reach away. Inhale. Is my pelvis moving or am I stabilizing it to neutral? Exhale, reach. Inhale in. Keep going. Think of your breath, those deep abdominals, pelvic floor, and if you're maintaining your neutral pelvis. Now, you can always do this with both legs at the same time, gluing them together. I should have my slippery socks. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, reach. Inhale. If you start to feel tension in the back, check your pelvic position or just go back to one leg. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Now take those feet hip width apart again. If you had the legs together, we're going into our pelvic curl. So shoulders down and back. Here, important to keep the neck long, chin tucked in. You should feel no tension in the neck. We inhale from our neutral pelvis. I'm just going to move my hands so that you can see the spine. As I exhale, I'm going to imprint and even more. So gently flattening out, and then I'm going to keep going and then actually start to lift and articulate the spine off of the mat until I come into a long line. For your first ones, you might need to check this in a mirror to see that you're in this long line from the knees, hips to the shoulders. So we're trying to avoid the ribs flaring out. We don't want to dip into our low back, so tucking the pelvis here to find a neutral position. Inhale at the top. Exhale, soften from the ribs first. Articulate down. Try to peel through each vertebrae. Inhale, release back to a neutral. Reach the tailbone away, flatten out the pelvis. Inhale. Exhale. Articulate. Two more, and then we're going to hold at the top. Next one we hold. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, articulate. Holding at the top. We're going to reach the arms. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Glide your shoulders down and back so we don't want to feel any tension in the neck. Exhale. 5 more. Two more. Last one. Arms down, exhale. Take an inhale and then exhale, articulate your spine all the way down. We're going to go into our tabletop and some toe taps. So keep those shoulders down and back, long neck. Tailbone is staying connected, but we're going to gently imprint. So flattening a little bit. We're not jamming down, curling that tailbone up. Okay, so still keep that connection. You can always remain in a neutral spine as well, especially if you have lumbar disc issues or it just might feel more comfortable for you. So tabletop, we lift one leg, inhale, knee over the hip, shin parallel, exhale, lift the other leg. And this is your tabletop position. We can have knees apart, knees together. We're going to keep them apart for now. Inhale, lower one leg, exhale the other. Alternate. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep going. Are you maintaining the stability of your pelvis? When you're lifting the legs, take note. Are you flapping the leg around? You will not feel anything. So hold as much as you can, a 90-degree angle lift from the hip flexor and that deep core. So as you're exhaling, you're thinking of that belt line wrapping around nice and tight, stabilizing. Good. Now you can keep going one leg at a time, or I'm going to get you to bring the knees up, squeeze them together. We're going to toe tap here. So reach one away, exhale, pull it up. Inhale, tap, exhale. You should feel your core working here. You can keep going one leg at a time, or you take it to both legs. And don't worry about going all the way down, okay? You use your range. If you feel the ribs starting to float out, that means you've gone too far. So stay connected with the ribs down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Notice, are your shoulders creeping up, down and back with the shoulders. Inhale. Let's go for 6 more. Inhale. Last 2 here. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Lower one leg, lower the other. And we are going to turn this over into our kneeling. So 4-point kneeling. So you've seen a little bit lying down how our spine position is. Come to our 4-point kneeling, knees under the hip bones, hands lined up under the shoulders. We lengthen the neck and we want to think of activating the serratus muscle into the side. So usually with push-ups you'll get this, but we can do this just from our 4-point kneeling. So think of pressing, reaching the ground away. And we don't want to round too much, just finding this nice neutral back meeting the shoulders. Feel the shoulders nice and wide, gliding down and back. My pelvis, finding our neutral, so we're not rounding like a cat, we're not dipping down into that low back. So reach the tailbone away here. Again, you might need to look in the mirror as you get used to feeling where your neutral is in this position. So breathing here. We're going to do some horse kicks. Take your right knee into your midline. Your midline is through the center of the body. We're going to inhale, exhale, reach the left leg out, keeping the hips square. Inhale, bend, come in, just slightly hovering. You can always touch down if you need. Exhale, reach. Inhale. Now, since this is a basic fundamental video, it's about learning to move, maintaining your basics and your Pilates principles. So are we concentrating on our movement? Are we using control? Are we breathing laterally into the sides of the ribs? On our exhales, we breathe out. Other Pilates principles include precision, control, and flow. We're also thinking of our deep core. So like that belt wrapping around, maybe lifting with the pelvic floor. And we're maintaining the integrity of our pelvic position and our spine. One more here. Exhale, reach. And then leg will stay straight. Inhale, tap down. Exhale to lift. in line with the spine. So maintaining our neutral spine here, you see that I'm only moving from the leg. If I start to sway in the back, that means I've lost those core connections and that powerhouse. Keep going. 4 more. Keep pressing the ground away with the hands. 2. And 1. Take the knee in. We're going to switch. Bring the left knee into the midline. Get ready to kick back with the right leg. Inhale, prepare. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 8 more. Think of all the basics that you've learned through the beginning of the session. Are you applying them now as you do that kickback? 4 more. On the next one, you're going to reach the leg long, keep it straight, and we lower, we lift. Inhale. Let's go for our last 4. Last 3. 2. And 1. Come back to your tabletop position. Knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. We're going to curl the toes under. We're going to do a little knee lift. Bear pose. So this is actually from my bar, but we use this also with Pilates. So you'll see some of our movements translate into different areas. Now, in that 4-point kneeling, really focus on the deep core. So the hip bones drawing in, or think of that tight belt wrapping around. Inhale into the ribs, exhale. Engage that lower abdominal. If you can, you're going to hover the knees just a couple of inches off the mat. Keep breathing. Engaging the core, drawing the hip bones towards the ribs or the ribs towards the hip bones, drawing the hip bones towards each other. Now, if holding here is too much, you can lower as you inhale. Exhale. Lift. Let's go for 8 more. You might even feel the thighs working, so just up in front of those knees. Last 2. Last 1. Hold. Keep breathing. Find all those connections. Last breath in this position. Lower the knees down, uncurl the toes, sit back into a child pose. Forehead comes down, bottom reaches towards the heels. Hands reach long, keep that space in between the shoulder blades, glide them down and back, and then feel like you're sliding your shoulder blade down towards the armpit to create even more space. 3 deep breaths here. Roll the spine up. We're going to come into a pigeon pose. If this one doesn't work for you, feel free to skip it. As you get onto the other videos, you're going to learn different glute stretches. We're going to start by taking the right leg forward. Left leg is reaching back. We try to keep it pointing as straight as we can. Now, ideally, if you're really open in the hips, you're thinking you want to bring that leg to a parallel position with the short end of your mat. If you need, the foot can come closer towards the pelvis. You might have to wiggle yourself into place. We're trying to square the hips, so you can always have a cushion, a towel, or anything under that right hip. Try to square it out. You can choose to stay up here on the hands, but keep those shoulders down and back. No tension in the neck. If you want more, you come down to the forearms. Maybe bringing the head down, relaxing the upper back. Maybe you go all the way down. Okay, you choose what works for you. Three to five nice deep breaths here. Go for one more. And then after that inhale, press yourself back up. Maybe you're already up. Press back into the hands, pull that right leg back, go into your left side. So left leg comes forward. You might notice it tighter. Again, adjust, cushion, towel, whatever you need. Square your hips. Now, as you're into this side, whether you're coming all the way down or staying up, go for 3 to 5 nice big breaths. Hopefully that gave you a nice little insight to some of our very beginner basics, but these are going to be so important through the rest of your workouts. Expect a few more videos on some of our fundamentals, and then jump into the workouts as you are ready. Just keep in mind that we're not looking for perfection, but I want you to move with intention in your movements. Please remember to like and subscribe and follow for more videos every week.